Sorry, network. Okay. Let's sit. Yeah. You're Mark Zuckerberg, yeah. All right. Guys, I guess one. One of our brother here just sent me a video now. I want to play it or reflect. It's reflecting. Yeah, well, now I get reflects. Oh. It's reflecting. Should I change my position? Oh yeah, I changed the position because I wanted to show us the video, but audio will reflect. Well, what do I do that? Okay, maybe I'll just play the audio. We can all hear. It's even whatever the video. Coming from the palace officially, because I was just looking for an official video or official statement, which we are thinking by tomorrow should be publicly out, that Enogie of Benin, Enogie. I should reduce the light of the tablets. Okay, let's see. Would that work? Let me reduce it more. Let me put it. Okay, I think it worked. Okay, so I think it worked. There I am. Nice. Then that big bay. Okay. Very nice, very nice. So, Waonia, it is a taboo, you know. If anybody now refer to Nokarewa as Enogie, is a taboo, is an ex Enogie. If anybody ana imi where do no imi wo there wo anywhere ona to Enogie atok be, the curse of the land is upon that person. Enogie ire wo ni when makata manawe ewa edenia Obama atok be. I'm very happy because on my phone, Okba, the first one, the second one, and the third one, at least I make example. One has been dealt with. Kini ketting. Many arewa no omano yinya ke. Many are born in there, not to where in a Guaha area where the ex Enogie still remains Enogie. So a pani may be a pa by Ogian dogi no Ogian bargain dogi no may be a pa by. He's not even qualified to be addressed as a pa. Is that bad? Many may ye. I should be respected more. Will tell Donald than him. In short, they should call me a pa than to call him a pa. We told them at the beginning of this exercise in futility. It has a boni exercise in futility. We told them at the very beginning of this their exercise in futility that some persons call it greed. It is not greed, it's war, no. Because I see some greedy people, no man why. There are some greedy people who have sense. It's not greed. Who come in, no. Nobody who is sane in mind fight an authority that created you. Fight an authority that with a flip of his fingernails can remove you and render you useless for life. So we told them at the very beginning that the journey that they have embarked on, we cross them. It is a journey of no return. My time. Is there any battle in the past 2 years that we have not won? Eronia, or do you people want us to this one can't tell all the battles we have been battling with different forces against the throne? We have been winning. Our final victory will happen and then Onia by Ariobari. We told them at the very beginning. I gave a story of Ozolwa that Noriwu. Remember the story, the popular song that was sung by Charles Osadolo, which I interpreted. Obazola has been fighting a lot of wars. He has been winning. As the matter they happen, in the follow up, sharp. That was what Ozola was known. But Noriwu He did not follow up. Donaya bita eminata miamia orio zolwa ya hen igbanoriwu eminata miamia. So any Enogie who has not been visited, or who has not been visited, only mami wa yabu wane we will still open your book. Ina we nido tamu wa eminata miamia wa ya no enari tani habedo eminata miamia. Something we don't do, you do something uwa be kuwewo amagi gwankan anazo bu wena teba miamia ene udoviri awado ye were the sin you committed a year ago. Collect your aburo, collect your suspension. So I am trying to preempt the minds of some of the people. The ones we will even call on social media will be the ones no boaba. Money he ogoni oye me egwa zo boni ma to be ma deal with oni hiregbe wo money he wuwin a egwa you say okay is all the one you and your friends why are you on shine akpolo are on shine ke no we are desi Arion is shining. And I told him from the very beginning. I told all of them that they have not been able to fight us. The market institutions, they have not been able to fight us and defeat us, because what we are fighting for is the truth. They have not been able to fight us and defeat us. Not to think about awik belebe kinoro okeregbe is too small for the palace to handle. Mani we do my wa aburo on our own. How do you survive that kind of a journey? It's unthinkable. I don't understand how people think. How do you survive that kind of a thing? How do you plan? How do you plan? When we try to tell them that you cannot, it is not something you comprehend. A child, a 5 years old child, should be able to know that this journey that I'm embarking on is a no return journey. It's not. I don't know how to put it that you people will understand. We try to tell them. You understand? It's not greed. That's what I was trying to explain to one of my brothers just now. Greed. It's foolishness to the highest cause. That someone, you challenge an authority that can take the authority from you with a flip. And when that a nuisance, a lot of nuisance that some of them have, not all of them, some of them or most of them have constituted in their various dukedom. Any have motor. Anagele duhun when a daddy will do solar the nuisance some of these Enogie has constituted in their various dukedom. Edoga mea osisi fieso. Edoga mea, the kind of nuisance that some of them has constituted in their communities, and yet these same people had a mind to not say that we want to be on our own, knowing fully well that it's not for a genuine reason, for a selfish reason, so that they can constitute more nuisance. So that they can constitute more nuisance. We will appeal to His Royal Majesty that I have a review every year. I have a Enogie. Not by year. Every year I do submit a review. Because that's how it's supposed to be. You submit your review. 2022 now. Why we have uno to or here? I do otorianu here. How did it translate to employment of sons and daughters of the community? How many scholarships did you give to Emmanuel school? You know, you have to give you have to be giving report, progress report. That is what we want to plead for His Majesty. That as an Enogie, you are supposed to be giving progress report on how you are developing, how you are drawing attention, how you are bringing development to your dukedom. Normally you say at a suspension because the palace have given them free ride. You see waiting free ride they cause. That is why they now begin to because the palace gave them free ride, they are now seeing themselves as mini gods over Edo people. You understand? Free ride. Now because palace give them free ride, so they are not misbehaving. They are not thinking that I remember eso are bog bewe there now. Where is this supposed? Is this the primary reason why you were created? This was not the reason why this system was organized, was created by the Obas of Benin. You have a purpose to protect the interest of the people on behalf of the Oba of Benin, because the Oba of Benin is not God, is not omnipresent, it cannot be everywhere at the same time. So it was wise for him to create this system, to send these people to these various extreme localities to help in see the development. Enogie are supposed to be challenging themselves by the amount of development that they have attracted to their dukedom, not by amount of land that they have sold, not by the amount of cars that they have in their possession, not the amount of women that they have married. No, that is not their function. Their function is to bring peace, tranquility, all the good things, the justice that the palace represents. They are honestly they are like meaning. They are to represent the interest of the palace within their confinement. They are to attract development. They are to protect the people. The Oba Benin cannot attend if this Enogie were actually performing the responsibilities that the Oba Benin bequeathed to them. Issues, some of cascade of several issues. Because at the basis, at the lower level, it was supposed to be dealt with. But because even the people do not trust them enough for them to be able to treat matter in the interest of the land and the people, that is why people will bring the matter which an Enogie ordinarily is supposed to deal with and take it from there to the palace. And thereby, there are now overwhelming cases that the palace is handling. Cases that ordinarily, no hekin and no get going. But because if you ever we are the 500,000 and no get, or if you know warrior, so they are forced to take the matter to the palace. Matters that were supposed to be treated at the communal level. These were reasons why they were created. So if they are no longer performing all of these functions, they have no use to us. And that's what I've been saying. If you can no longer perform the function of why you were created, so it's obsolete. So you have no use to us. Then let's return back to the system that was there old, hundreds of years or even thousands of years before the Enogie ship system was created, which is your John way. And most of them now has ensured that Ojon ways are no longer crowned in respective communities. That's what most of them are doing now. And this matter must be revisited. Enogie does not have. When you see clearly that Ojon way, then you now say that what power, what authority do you have to determine that situation? That is why he intentionally denied this as Enogie. When this newly no matter what passe Ojon we if you listen to the speech, when I was listening to the video 2 or 3 days ago, I want Edo people, if any person can play, if anybody can play that video again, I want to take something from that video. I want us to take something from that video. What he said, I paid keen attention. Okay, when you are listening to video, pay rapt attention. This is what he said. Or there any time or there any time that I can install a Enogie yevoni. Anytime I install a Enogie yevoni. Ovia Thomas Ofia. I can install any Enogie in the history of that community. When the year that Enogie is installed, Ovia Mosofia. Ove bought, vali install on Ovia Mafia. That's what this new Ojon Way said. Can we read the lines? Can we see the meaning of the connotation of that speech? The only way Ovia will not fear is if he is not the right Enogie not supposed to have. So his own issues, we have to now open books. The palace should open books. If in the first place this Enogie was supposed to even coronated as an Enogie, because I am pinpointing what the man said. That is the connotation. That's what it inherently means. Enogie ma omana so wegbe ana pe mago yo oviafia awe ebo eku if I'm innocent na ati ebo gbe me ebo ni gbe me ebo ni gbe me. As I'm talking to you now, Abudu people and Ewabanosa people, they warned any of the sons of Ewabanosa and Abudu people that anybody that stepped their foot into the Enogie of Ewabanosa, that is the next one. How puni borena. That is the next thing I have. Zolona boy, when I hear I say TSOG. This is matter. Don't distract me. I'll deal with you later. You understand? I'll deal with you later. So now, David, block that idiot. So now, the cruise of the matter is that they went to shoot themselves with their own gun. Una wa moisi dag boy, una wa fi boy. Una say na was no makon. So this matter, a lot of our brothers wish me is that we shouldn't exacerbate it. We shouldn't blow it too much. And I said, if we didn't cry out, in short, initially people were blaming me that I was the first person to cry out, to bring the attention of the people on this matter. And I told you, if we didn't do that, these people would have been feeling jagaban. We cried out and we started getting results. We always get results. Anything when I cry out, put result, they always come out. Sharp, sharp. The result is Waladia. Result must fall out. How many battles have we fought that we have not won? We have won all of them. All. Because we fight for truth and for justice. And those people who says that we are lying, those people who says that we are the one that is lying, they are all in exile. Awe manivi matori we Maria doa. Iyan resign. O amagi adiedo. Manitori. Mani ya wori adoa. Maredo. We do on ground fully. Then those when say that they get Benin, all of them they on exile. They are running their man from exile. We may not get Benin. We dey gidigba, we dey town. That shows that no matter how you try to convince people with lies, it doesn't fly. It's only the gullible people who have not always, I've always believed, any Edo man that is deceived, that believes the lies of Menawe Mokifesi and all of that, inherently, Edo originally, Amonike, Amwekonire. Because what will you tell me? What kind of lie when you see the truth? Why be a big God? And those who claim that they are speaking the truth, they are all in exile. You don't fight for a cause from exile. Come home. I'm fighting for Benin cause at home. You are fighting for Benin cause at exile. On hangu wegi lado ke awu wanibun. But what o manani ro wa matoge. So it's the issue. We dey has gidigba. Marowa. So every obstacle, every propaganda, every fallacy, anyhow, we will continue. Anywhere we'll continue to block it. We'll continue to block it. I will also come at if a soladian, and I'll also tell them, I'll also tell the Benin, the Edo people all over the world that this is the reason I'm crying out. A matter came up. I didn't want to talk on this matter. No kind. Mr. Eddie Murphy Daosa and OKH and all of that. I saw the video, I listened to it, but I listened to it not fully. The only thing I was able to pinpoint out, they said this one did allegation, the other one did allegation, but the point, what I was able to pinpoint out, Eddie Murphy Mori Bayan, Mr. Daosa Mori Bayan, and I tear bonnet. If you people claim that that you people have been fighting for Benin Kingdom, they talk about Bebuan. Are oh here Guanaya or Yomba wasn't a Boa Manak billion. Wasn't a Boa Manak billion. I was just laughing, exercising futility. People who have sinned against the land. Blah 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 blah. That have committed several abominations on the land. So, if I'm the part of truth, I'm sure that people but it will not affect me, because why you people take bribery, and corruption, we don't. So no matter what you think about us or against us, no matter what the cause, or because we are standing for the truth, we are speaking the truth, we are standing for the truth, and we are speaking the truth. So whoever is speaking the truth should not be afraid that even that should not die. So that's how I see it. So we are on course. We are on course. So whoever has the will, the wherewithal, the intelligence, the resources to fight for the kingdom should go ahead and not be afraid that anything bad will happen to he or she. Awe madan eboye amagbe amawe manima ni mafio boy me down. So all those are nonsense. So that's the little thing I want to say on that matter. When God blesses you with an opportunity, do not ruin it. One prayer I continue to pray. I speak against institutional maladministration. I speak against institutional wickedness. I speak against all problems that emanate, all of these wickedness that emanate from different people to undermine the existence of our kingdom, Dito, the Oba of Benin. And I speak against how people who are in power, who are in authority, how they are supposed to use the authority that they have to fix things in the society. Then I pray to God, and I also pray to God all the time, that should in case tomorrow I find myself in the place of authority, I should not toe the path of these bad eggs. I should not toe the path. I've always prayed that opportunity will come. I will be in a place of authority tomorrow. Whether traditional institution, whether I'm enabled by the Oba of Benin tomorrow, or I'm enabled, I not decided to participate in politics, and I find myself in the political scenario and probably get to power, to some political power and all of that. I pray that the Zodua of now should also be the Zodua that he gets. That I should not be driven by that power. Than for me to now start contending with institutions that have been there in thousands of years, even before my ancestors were born. That I should not be overwhelmed. He said the best time to know a man is to test a man with power. And I keep praying that when I eventually get to power, God and our ancestors ensure that I don't misbehave. Make I no go use myself, shame myself. Make some of my friends not come dey play this video for me. Say, oh, Izoduwa of 10 years ago was very straightforward. When people not come dey play, you know saying a live video. People get video. A lot of my videos are everywhere. How would I not defend that the institution that I have defended in all my life will not be institutions that will not be fighting because probably I'm not the governor of Edo State? That would be shame on the principles of what I have stood for. It's a prayer every single Edo man has to pray, that we shouldn't be blinded by power, should in case we get to power. Absolute power corrupts. Absolutely. But we should pray that when we get there, we are not corrupted by this servitude of extreme power. I think that a lot. They also think that whenever I get to the position of power, I should be able to also teach the Edo people how an Edo man can actually be in power and not misuse it. No, now all this Enogie boy, me they do online, so that they give reports, live report. One mean that they give live report to their senders. Say one of them, we don't drop them. If you want to be an Enogie now, you know Sadebia Avenue. Since a politician he should go and be doing Enogie of government house, but you should not wear a red cap. And then because asolukun your room. I mean not be suit. Many the kele or the kele around his neck. I'm more a buru ne. So anything that has to do with tradition, since he say it doesn't have anything to do with Benin Kingdom, so all that the Benin Kingdom have enabled him for, he should drop all of them. He should be wearing suit. They tell me when I had the suit because I have me authority here. Me have volunteer some suit. Ya yaba. Me to be me yaba. I go to a buy a de suit a voy ha. If your name no back. Me yaba. Me have a suit wa aba made. My side of be foreign made. I had de suit in for aba. So let him go to Sadebia Avenue and do his Enogie. But he's no longer recognized as an Enogie in Benin Kingdom. So that's my point. Because Edo will not fear her. To by point. Not fear her. Almost over when. No fear ho to vai when u ga fear ho u mo so vai when. So that is okay. Osaze go bada. What about okay? What I want to tell you about these issues, no matter all of these enemies, whoever that has seen themselves or classified themselves as an enemy, I don't know any of them. In our lifetime, they must all come out and confess. All of those co-conspirators, we know them. But even if we come out and mention a lot of their names, a lot of Edo people might not believe. But in our time, just like when I said that the Enogie were revolting, some people, but eventually they saw the letter written by them themselves, and eventually they started seeing Enogie coming out that we are not part of those crooked Enogie. in our lifetime, any of those people who are in the palace, who takes things from the palace and sell to outsiders, in our lifetime, they will all come out and confess. And otedo ogbiyayo. You cannot betray the land that has prospered you. You cannot betray the principle that holds you, that binds you as an Edo man, and sell out because of money. And you think that the ancestors will close. So, Gasia and Nikao area, all Bekeka, but results will come out. All Bekeka, but results will come out. So, I want us to be rest assured that though there might still be other battles, this is not over, but it's almost over. Because like I've always said, it was not an issue. It was not any issue. The only person I was afraid of in all of this matter was not the Enogie. Those people don't get level without palace. I've said it. I was not afraid of all those. Any bet to fear is not the one can handle them. Any bet to fear, I've always known that the only person I was afraid of is the man in Osadebe Avenue that has all the governmental power. Abi Pelebeni, Abe Cuomo. You understand? Those people not rich. So I wasn't afraid of them because I knew that at what still we'll go to some of these communities and just tell them that Abe John Way should take over. We'll do sensitization and that's all. Any even level. Am I swegbina? Are Pafi winner? In the very early stage, of their planning, they failed woefully. Hello, Pa. Real live video. I say where we're going. The news correct. It said they suspend that guy. Now that one. And I say not the color Enogie pa. Now I say Enogie. Isee no. I send where the video. I'm only a buru ne. We'll say me small boys they flog all those one for Benin Street very soon. Now I say Enogie. I say. Oh, wow. Oh, that was small boy. I will ever say me palace not deal with that one. We ourselves will deal with no more money here. I know that one will fairly no more money here. They're not beyond one. We'll fairly leave that one. No, we'll deal with all those. Oh. Okay, no wahala pa. No wahala pa. No wahala pa. No wahala pa. Okay, no. Okay, no wahala pa. Domo pa. Nah, I wait in man or reco or team now one of the night come and say they siam for titwa say they don't knock Enogie suspend. I say as it is nice, Enogie is X. What? Don't forget our X. ex. That English very sweet. Ex-retired. He's an ex-retired Enogie. I give me others 6 months ago, but I give me where the good am I thought me go ya mu go. One year, but 2 years now, do I mean? That is unforgivable sin. That one is unforgivable. So he should not be thinking what I'm trying to tell him. I know he will be, after a year or two, I will not be thinking to beg. I'm not telling him ahead that he should forget begging. And even the Bible acknowledges it's not even all sins that Osalobo will forgive himself. Or may sin so wow. It's an unforgivable sin. So I told them, the last live video I did, I pleaded to the conscience of some of the Enogie who probably were misled to openly come out and distance themselves from these ungodly moves. I hope everybody can remember. Some of them came out who were misled and some who were never part of it. They came out and saying, I'm a boy. Beautiful move. Why I said so? I'm protecting them. Oba Benin can come out today and say that there is no longer the system that I created many years ago. I abolished the Enogie system. I therefore replace the Enogie system with the Ojon way, and it remains abolished. That is the power that the Oba Benin has. And who will lose? Is Oduwa. Irame Enogie. Irame Ohaimoba. Irame Nohwa Omari Enogie. Omai Ohaimoba. No yari any pa yari retired. Sacked. Fired. I give in. So Iran Mario Hyman before he died. Iran no Mario Hyman before he died. Iran no why Maso Mario Hyman. No be Maso Aluge Mario Hyman from the story I heard. Because I think I know my story to about 4 or 5 generations from my own little research. Yeah, Mario Hyman. So is his other one affected? Oh, I'm not a prince. Amen. I trace my lineage. I've said it before. To Obayen Sonyen. To Obayen Sonyen. Or Eyanwo Bima. He was a great Oba. But be that as it may be, that does not mean I should be misbehaving. I don't think any true son of Eyan Sonyen is supposed to misbehave. No ruo gwani dete Eyan Sonyen we bioni. Because I don't think as an Ovioba you will want to destroy an institution. Very well. While Oba akpa destroy any who we are Enogie. Osaze Gobadia, you've asked this question before now. I don't speak on spiritual issues. I am Otima, my senior brother, Edimofi, has handled that matter. He should continue to handle the matter. I don't have details of all of those matters. And moreover, I don't engage in issues that has to concern I don't do that. I just say whatever I want to say. I give you facts. The issues I'm aware is that I'm talking about is the Enogie. We know that some of them, this is what some of them said. This is what some of them were planning. And we spoke out on the matter. And we told them the repercussion from the very beginning. The repercussion. Are they not facing as some of them? One of them has meant his Waterloo. That was the repercussion of what we said over a month ago, that we know it was going to happen. That is the repercussion that we are talking about. So, but when we were trying to advise them, the fact that they were powerful, if you feel that one way or the other, palace, some persons in the palace did something to wrong you, does that mean that for one or two persons, do you know how many people wrong me every day? Do you know how many people try to betray me? Do you know how many people that if they have the slightest chance, if they have the slightest chance, they will blackmail me? That is why I'm very careful. I heard one idiot the other time was saying that Otoba West State, that all my estates that I have in Benin, Otoba, that only a Kinimawobado. Stupid, childish, lazy set of people. Stupid, childish, lazy set of people. I have some very close friends here who knew how I started. Who knew how I started. He always survey, he always see your phone, you talk. But even if I don't get to do it that much, every single land I have bought, my first estate was a workman. How I acquired it, even if you borrow 4 million naira, what time and audio. I also estate new 4 million. How I paid the deposit of 4 million to Ogbekmen community, and now they gave me 20 plots. In 3 weeks I sold everything, and they gave me extra 40 plots before it became 100 plots as my first estate. Then I moved. The profit I made was about 16 million. In I acquire Ute Adua bypass. I bought 120 plots. If I pay, I will pay. It is my estate. After I left there, I went to Ogbekmen again to have my third estate. Then I will pay for. Then go ahead anyway. I went to Uregi. I'm giving the communities where I have my estate, so anybody can go and verify. Go and verify. I went there and I acquired my fourth estate before I left there to acquire my new estate at Uhie. In between that, I acquired another one in Abuja. And because I am moving up or do launch, I need to defend their guy with my sweat and my money. Even with your back bar, no, we have open estates. More power say more have open estate. We know what I talk about. In short, it was supposed to be she and the Isee of Benin that was supposed to come and launch that my new estate. We know what don't go away with Kiona. I heard one idiot is saying that Otoba me here. I'm Obari motor many here. Go and walk. It's only one walks. Daniel Selube, so Eddie Murphy is your brother. Is Eddie Murphy, is he a Benin man or not a Benin man? Even Monkey Face, the idiot, is a Benin man. Is he not my brother? Does that make him not a Benin man? So I don't have details whether, like I said, I don't speak on matters that I'm not aware of. I don't speak I don't speak on matters I'm not aware of. I can only speak on matters I'm aware of. But all I know, for the fact that Eddie Murphy is a Benin man, is my brother. So no matter how many issues that we have had with the present governor of Edo State, for the fact that he's a Benin man, he's like a father to me, because my father will be age mate, so it's like a father to me. Not just a brother, it's Osen Obiome, the present governor of Edo State. So he's a father to me. For the virtues of Benin man, he's my brother. Even if what he has done might not be pleasing to me or some other very patriotic Benin people, but does that mean that it's not a... So if anybody have any issue with any Edo man, it doesn't. Even the some of the Ogiame people that are misbehaving. I told you about a story. Let me reiterate this story so that you know the kind of perceptions I have. I remember it was March 31st last year. It was on my birthday. Some persons called me to come and do survey for them at Ugbine. It was 9 plots. I went myself because maybe I just sent my surveyor. I went there, we did the survey and all of that. So later on, the person was Joy Uyi. I want you people to understand that owns the survey. So that one should read the name. I think I once said this story before now. Let me reiterate today. Was Joy Uyi. Then the brother of the Joy Uyi happens to be a lecturer at University of Benin. Now called me because when I did the survey, the woman who took me there really didn't understand how the land was. So the brother of the owner of the job wanted to speak with me to know for me to explain to him. So he called me. When he called me on WhatsApp, and he now called me and I said, sorry, oh bros, not verse. Are you the person on the profile picture on WhatsApp? I said yes. He said, your name is Izodua. I said yes. He said, don't be angry. I'm sure if you know who I am, you might not want to deal with me. You might not even pick my call. You might end this call. And I told him that I told him how I put it was, I don't have any issues except for some misguided Ogiamian people that I have issues with. Not that when I have issues with that that I don't have any issues with any other person. He now said, if his name is Chris Uyi, that do Uyi rings a bell. I said, I can't really remember. He said, there's a guy called Mofi Uyi, popularly called Monkey Face. He's his immediate elder brother. That the person I went to do survey for, Joy Uyi, or see me a Monkey Face or see me here. Then that's when he now told me of the story of how many Kpere because of the atrocities. Then he told me that their father have died for almost 2 years or 3 years. That his corpse is at an hospital in Lagos, but because Monkey Face can never come to Nigeria again because of Enogie, he has remained unburied. But I told him that you are a Benin man, and moreover, even your own brother has been misguided. Is being used. For the fact that he's being used does not change the fact that he's no longer a Benin man. For the fact that you are his brother, a Monkey Face, a team Monkey Face, and I said, I don't have issues with you. You are a Benin man, you are my brother. So I'm Obono. So all of those many talks, it's none of my concerns. A couple of persons sent me all of those videos. I told them that anyway, I fight institutions. I don't fight individuals. That is why you hardly see me talking about one personal individual. I said the person talked about me. And when I want to retaliate or talk about the person, I'll just talk about the person in passing. Because when you give relevance to some certain things, they become relevant. So I try not to give relevance to some certain things. So every single person who have been trying to insult me, calling me out or tag me, if you tag me, you are wasting your time by insulting me. See, if you tag me, I will see it, I will read it, quite alright. There's no way I will not read it. But we may do reply is almost impossible. The only time I will reply is when you now say that I've always been saying it. That is against my principle because except you'll be able to come out and prove. Or many of you accusing maybe Obama or many here in the West State. I must come out and speak on that matter. That every penny that I have made, Obama motor me gino. Or why we nase? Why we nase? In the first place, Otoni Medebe community Obanya top. In short, Otoya Mede even Norabuja Obanya Toya Sewebo. As a matter of fact, and that's factual. Me being a Benima. That's factual. Suspension they come. Mr. Rosa a boss. I said it. Iminata miamia ozolwa yagbe egbenori wu. Iminata miamia. Make them go sleep. They don't do what they want to do. Some of them will sleep after a year or two. They feel they come palace o. Yare palace agwa udoviri. Awa moya buru. Where you? Where kwege matanare 2-3 years ago. Area yagbe so. You know when the way we think things, that's not how palace respond to issues. Palace have seen it as an institution that is almost 2000 as by July 22nd, the Benin institution will be 2060 years old. I was the one who did this mathematics 6 years ago. I was the one who did 80 facts about Great Benin, 100 facts about Great Benin. I was the one who made that calculation that Benin Kingdom is its second oldest surviving kingdom in the entire world and the first surviving. In my initial fact about Great Benin, I had said that Benin Kingdom was the oldest surviving kingdom in the world. But with further research, and I discovered that Japan is actually older and is still surviving. So that is why I said the second oldest surviving kingdom in the world. I wrote those facts. They are my work. So by this year, by my calculation, Benin Kingdom will be 2060 years old. Our institution, I'm not saying Benin people or Edo people. I'm saying the kingdom. So you will not, me will not leave that old institution, as old as it is. I will not be following an institution that was created by Benin in 1960s. Nebo Mure, Nyanrate democracy. I will not leave an institution. My late father, I'll choose it over an institution that is even a Jaran or wrong. That's 60 years in a row. No quit here Nigeria as a country. That extra no room any. So people who understand institution, most especially monarchical, people are against monarchical institution. A lot of people are. But just like some people are also in support of monarchical institution. So you can be against, I can be in support. I'm against democratic institution. And people are in support of democratic institution. Because I have made comparisons of what the Benins were before democracy came and what the Benins are now after democracy came. And I discovered that democracy took us back to 10,000 years ago. The Benin people should have advanced beyond the current stage that the democracy have taken. That they take us go where we don't know. That they take us go where we don't know. Everything that Benin is still known for was before Nigeria was formed. Everything, the little things that the Benin is still being appreciated for, Is Benin, is Edo State the most, Benin City the most beautiful city in Nigeria? No. Does it have the highest resources? No. We're not even the carry first for anything. But we were the best when the Obas of Benin were in control. And that's the point I've been trying to make. And that's why I prefer monarchical institution than democratic institution. These are factual. These are evident. The major reason the world still talks about Benin is because of the history of the old, not the modern Benin. That have governors who believe that they now have powers over life and death have messed up. Fati na really my OS 600 years ago when the state government created one thing in the next 600 years that the world will know us for. Error, they don't have that kind of dream, they don't have that kind of foresight. Yeah, book lasted 5 years or collapsed there. That's not an institution. That's not a legacy. The legacy of today was the history that was formed yesterday by our ancestors. The legacy of today, what the Benins are known for, the legacy of today was the history that was created by our ancestors. Eden Day, I pronounced 4 years ago that February 14th should be Valentine's Day, should be wiped off our calendar and be replaced by Eden Day. I also did it. This is one of the creation of my ideas. And with the level we have done of what me and my association have done in the past 3 years, any person can carry it. It's not, mine was to come up. If the ancestors put that mind in me, I came up with it. And it's gradually been accepted by all of us. So everybody can run with that idea and ensure that February 14th is Eden's Day. GBD currently do not really have plans for that day, but I am putting it. February 14th is not Valentine's Day to us as Benin. It is Eden. For what Eden did for this land. We prayed in our tomb last year. And from that last year till now, most of the people who prayed, I'm sure their life have increased. I'm a testimony to the blessings of Eden. My life has improved from that February 14 when we all went to beg her to forgive us for having to neglect her all these years. And I've seen a lot of persons, a lot of groups are organizing program for that day, and I'm happy. And not every, I don't try, my sister Obioba Kasi Mose. My dream is that, just like when Ute Enogie prayed for me 3 years ago, that the Eden Day that I created will be fully established and the entire Edo people will come to recognize it. And it's been recognized. The most important thing is whether that day I'm going to come out, we're going to do a live broadcast, we're going to talk about it, but it is not, it was my concept, but it is a concept for the Edo people. It is not even my concept. Sorry, it's not my concept. It's a concept of the ancestors. I'm just a vessel. So, Queen Eden's Day is February 14th. Some people were trying to raise eyebrow. Why February 14th? I said it's systematic. Trying to blunt out Western ideology from the Benin calendar. It's systematic. And if that day was chosen by the ancestors, so shall it be. So shall it be. We might have a celebration. Our total Ariemi will pop champagne to Eden. We might not be able to do a big program like we did last year, but we will commemorate it in our gathering. If you are a family man, sit down with your wife, sit down with your kids, tell them about the deeds of Eden. That is how we begin to put the deeds of Eden. It has to start from our family. You have to sit down with your family, your kids. Tell them about who Eden was, the things she achieved, the sacrifice that she paid for this land. Put it in their heart that every February 14th, when the whole world is celebrating an unknown personality, you will celebrate a known personality. Someone whose history is at your backyard. Someone who you can physically see the history. I don't know where Valentine was buried. I don't even know whether that person ever existed. But it then existed. Her burial ground is there. We went to Kpere. So, I might not be able to do too many things now. I'm not fully entangled in business. A Kyoto business, you know. But in all of these, I still use the business to... I remember the last time I was in the palace when the palace had requested that I should come to receive some guests. A man came from United States. He said he was building a factory at Aho, a fruit juice factory. So Omo asked him, what is the name of the fruit juice? He said one English name. And Omo told him that, well, that's a brilliant idea, that he should go and tell all other Edo people to come and invest back home. That's what Omo said. But Omo said that, why you are investing home? But our company or why when a near donia? I laughed because every single thing that I have done, I have represented it with a Edo name. The name of my company is Uworon Investment Limited. Uworon is an ancient Edo name. The name of some of my estates is Isee, named after Isee Nobu Tekon, in remembrance of that great Umada, even if he rivaled Obazolwa. My new estate is in recognition of Ogisoe, a royal estate. In recognition of Ogisoe. So every single thing that I will do is to acknowledge my root as an Edo man. Because I'm a proud Edo man. I'm a proud Edo man. And that is how it's supposed to be. Obioma umu David ne, umu Caroline ne, umamu ne Edo ne. My name now, all my passports still carry it. I've said this thing several, is Marvis. But a lot of people doesn't even know me as Marvis anymore. The reason is because 5 years ago, I looked at myself. I was still reading at the Institute for Benin Studies at that time, and I look at myself and I ask is there any Englishman, any Briton that has a Benin name? He said no, that he has never seen any. Then I told him that if an Englishman does not bear a Benin name, how come me, a Benin man, will be bearing an English name? And from today, I don't want to bear that name Marvis. Let it just be confined to my certificate, because they were already on my certificate. And I'm with Zodu and Egbeme, recognition of Ikaladera. And that name has helped me, has redirected my step. Isee Oduwa. Oduwa ni me walele here. So, self-recognition. Everybody will get to that level. Self-recognition. You recognize your self-identity. This is who I am. And that's what I'm pleading for. So, I'm doing my bit. Don't mean to business. Real estate developer. Which I will also plead you people. I also appreciate you people who has been patronizing me. Without you people, there will not be Zoduwa business-wise. And also to also tell you people that I currently have 9 staffs that work for me. 8 of them, if you're doing, they are Benins. The 9th one is Isee. These are the 9 staffs. So whatever the Edo people are giving to me, I'm giving it back to them. By this year now, we're going to be giving scholarship and empowering people. So the wealth is revolving amongst ourselves. You give it, I give back to our society. That's how it's supposed to be. So I'm not just shuking the money in my pocket and buying flashy cars or living an expensive life. I will still use the money. The money will be used back to fight for the kingdom. And that's the beauty. So whatever money invested in my company goes back to the servitude or the services of the kingdom and of our people. Through employment and through Osega Donaya Isee. So it's a win-win situation for everybody. For me and for you. So I know. So I want to thank all of you. I'll continue to plead to all of us that we do not have any other place other than a place called Benin Kingdom. And our traditional institution is the only God-given institution that God gave to us. Every other one was man-made. The one made, an institution made by God for Edo people, is the institution of the Oba. Every other one is man-made. And I'm unapologetic about it. So in what we do, let's continue to protect the interest of our land, of the throne, and of our king. We must serve the land, we must serve the throne, and we must serve our king. They don't do tire. 5 years, almost 6 years now. They have all sort of fallacies, all sort of lies against the throne. But Benin we dig gidigba. Oba Wedu is inseparable. Is an unbroken cord. Let them keep trying. Egbe awo yan. Eminuze kalo made egbe iwo. Emozo poa muya wa ban wo bo wo we wo nu egbe ya. We dey gidigba. We dey with our Oba 24/7. So I plead or I speak to the conscience of those who might have been deceived to retrace their footsteps. For those who want to be destroyed, they should stay on their footsteps. At the time, we will know who is in the right, who is in the path of righteousness or in the path of perdition. Like I always tell, time will tell. Dating mana or gele atori or dating yani or gele tori is time. Because me, I don't know whether I'm in the right part of truth, but I'm convinced I am. So also they are convinced. But time will reveal in absolutism who is in the path of truth. So you only ties. So I thank all of you and appreciate all of you. But I can assure you, Ogidiga is coming for all of them. And whatever move that we have, that he has in his clock, is a calculated move. It takes his time. And I take the leopard takes a calculative step. Step. But I don't want to preempt other people. I don't want to preempt. You understand? So that you people will also remember me. One down, more to go. Truly, I assure you, more will go. Sanity will be restored. Betrayers will be fished at, and the ancestors eventually will deal with the remaining constituent of this nuisance. Karim and Iruwegwai that are perversing justice. Those within the palace cycle that are perversing justice. Nigi kwene emeno sunuwe ewo se no se akaro monoba. The justice of the land will be upon them. They will not go scot-free. Because whatever we defend here all the time, they don't do anything. Very lazy people, they don't do anything. Why they don't improve the palace, they don't even defend the palace, but they are bent on even destroying the palace. Destroy. So why are once you give them 50,000, yeah, one me a, yeah, one matter na a no, yeah, will be. That is not how Benin was built. Truth is truth. When we are protecting the palace, it doesn't mean that we have to be protecting the bad eggs within the palace. We are protecting the palace because we know the palace is a place of justice and righteousness. So anybody who is stampeding, who is impending what the palace represents, is an enemy of the palace and the enemy of the land. So we must speak against them. The wicked man is feeding off the suffering of this land and is shameful. Sometimes it's making the fight that you and I fight all the day futile. Yet it doesn't do anything. It's just there. I don't talk on this matter. But I can no longer defend people who are perverting, who are making people outside to look like the palace is not a place where you can get justice. Every matter that has gotten to His Royal Majesty were treated in fairness and justice according to the laws and traditions of this land. But some of them will sit on that matter and ensure that the matter does not get to His Royal Majesty. And those people now will not be thinking that am I die so? Now to tell the matter. That's what the matter. So we'll continue to speak against these people because they don't mean well. I am meaning well. Times and times have taught us that story, that history. Whoever means well for the palace or of Yoruba, who doesn't mean well, so so please and please, a lot of things will still unfold in coming weeks, coming days, coming weeks, coming months. But be rest assured that we will not lose. We will never lose. No matter what it seems like the conspiracy is huge, we are gradually dissipating this conspiracy. I blocking, blocking. Ma uweno na will it's because of the collectivism of our strength. Do not let them break us. That is what I'm pleading for. Make life unbearable for them. Yeah, social media. Make life unbearable anywhere one at me. Why yes and here? Make life unbearable for them. The young man who felt he was very powerful near Enogie, few weeks ago, he was loved by the Edo people because we felt he was fighting for the Edo cause. Now he's against the Edo people. I'm sure about die. Yeah, or make a post of Barry Nigeria. What a dear bog bewa. Why give be the bay or hoy? May there no post. Or when I are blocking more money. Don't know more money you are blocking. Why give be the bay? Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Wagwalia. Ian Nisa your one. They now know how powerless they are. If you and I are not behind them, they now know how useless they are. Self, not powerless, useless they are. They do mana mudia yeke. I do not say ne do na mudia yeke. Elu de mi owe na. Do de oba no nia. And oba niya where they want to separate from. They have separated from Benin people, so they don't deserve. Not all of them. Those who want to separate, and they don't deserve. They deserve all the shame. They deserve all the abuses that they get. So, in all of this, we must protect our institution. Someone asked me this question 3 days ago. That why do you protect the institution as if your life depends on it? And I told them that you don't know what I know. If you have gotten to the level of self-enlightenment, if you have traveled to places like Isee have traveled, do you know how the Oba of Benin inclines outside the Edo State, how he is respected as a god? You see those people in Delta, those people in River State, even those people in Ga, they see the Oba. Most of them see the Oba of God. And some of our brothers have followed me to River State. They saw with their eyes how two kings, they were fighting for who came from who. And they now resolve that they cannot judge this matter, not even River State government. That when they go to see their father in Benin, he will settle the matter. Whatever the Oba says, that's the people that have left this land 800 years, 1,000 years ago, still see the king as their father in absolutism. We know that. That makes me to believe that if you do nigiredu, ni buma enegmiya, that the jewel, the crown of jewel that God bestowed upon us, that has given us this pride, this embellishment of pride, is what they are trying to turn down. But then again, I told myself, if they have traveled, if they have seen what some of us have seen, if they have been to places where some of us have been to, they will wake up in the morning and pray to God for making them Benin men and women, for making them to have a king called the Oba of Benin. So that's why I'm proud. So, there are other issues we shall start speaking. 2024 election next year, we should start speaking. Edo South has not produced a governor yet. Edo South has not produced a governor yet. A data Kpere will start talking. 2024. Edo South have not produced a governor yet. By 2024, Edo South have produced a governor. Even the kind of Tony so there. So when I Ima ya hangi ladian. Ayuma ya ni rewe bonirisi na jowa. So can I have a governor that will protect our institution other than fight our institution? We must open our eyes sharp. Because 8 years, I'm 16 years. I don't do another 8 years by my wife damn. If I use 16 years, me I be on not be 2016. I want if me na my from 2016 from 2017 to now. When my be every 3 months, wahala from one wahala to wahala. I will do another 8 years wahala by it almost open our eye. One of the quality must really fight our traditional institution. Quality number 1. Then second quality will not be will perform. So that is by the wayside. That is by the wayside. I thank you all. Appreciate you all. I want you all to keep supporting my brand, and by the power of God and our ancestors, we'll get there. We'll get there. So I thank all of you. I'll see you. I'll do all I can to be more frequent. And I'm sorry I've not been discussing Benin history lately. But I am very proud of every Edo sons and daughters. I'm proud of those who have learned from me. I'm proud of those who are defending our history. I see all the wonderful works you people have been doing in all those people who are trying to hand twist our history. A punch in Wavionia is great. 6 years ago, I remember we were very few online that were defending the Benin history. But you see now, we are everywhere. So I'm proud of all you people. Our work is good. Our work has been good. And I'm thankful for those who have reached out to me and said that the girl this sensational girl who does TikTok, what's her name? Solange Benson. I think she does TikTok. She reached out to me. I was seeing a lot of her TikTok videos. She reached out to me that I've inspired her, that she watched a lot of her videos and she got inspired, and that's why she's also doing her videos. So I have a whole lot. Even some of those the just was also one of my students. When you have students who will do down, but it's quite unfortunate that so I've had fantastic students, but some are now very foolish, very few of them, but a lot of them are doing very well. So make sure they give me my maximum respect. I've tried. So I'm trying. Okay, she's even here. So okay, she's even here. Call time. So we'll continue to. The Bible said, I'm not a Christian, but the Bible said, iron sharpeneth iron. I learned from quite a lot of people. I've always been proud of them. Professor Yulawa Wanswale, Messiah Korigo, Paper for Chief Uyila was Chief Samudin Wigbe, and my number one mentor, late Dr. Isee. Historically, my number one mentor is my father. My father taught me everything. But in Benin history, Dr. Isee Nekagosa inspired me in ways I can never forget. Inspired me in ways I can never forget. So may he rest in peace to Dr. Isee Nekagosa. So I'm thankful. The Benins are emerging. They are picking interest in their history, and I'm so wonderful. When I walk on the street of Benin, go to eateries, go to places, and people just, I celebrating, people just walk out of Izodua, Allah, you know. I feel proud that people are able to learn one or two things from me. Alright, iron sharpening iron. I learned quite a lot from people, and I'm still learning. So some of the things that people also now say, that if it's you know. So it's all good. Iron sharpening time. So I'm proud of all of you. You guys. I had been buried 2 years ago now. It has been buried. So when I wake up and I sleep and I know that Yorubas cannot just come and lie, Igbos cannot come and lie, other people cannot come and lie, I feel happy that nobody can. Few years ago the Benins were not talking, but we took the word to them, and now we are winning. I guess you quite do the Facebook. So so I thank all of you. So why I was Obama talk by the bond between the Edo people and the Oba, it's an unbroken bond, cemented by God himself, an unbroken bond. People have tried before now. In every turns of history, people have tried. But you see, that institution on July 22nd this year will be 2060 years old, unbroken. Imagine. Unbroken. 2060 years old, unbroken. It's an institution we should be proud of. I am damn proud of my institution as a Benin man. Why I was Obama talk by you. You said, I'll see you guys very soon.